Today we'll look into updates on the coronavirus, the stock market, the fitness training at the UNLV Student Recreation and Wellness Center, and more.
And later we'll talk with Dave Norris about RevFest and check back in on the Murder House story. Studio G starts right now.
Good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock on Tuesday, March 10th, so it's time for another episode of Studio G. I'm Samantha Nunley.
And I'm Madison McHenry. Welcome to today's episode of Studio G. There's been a lot of media attention surrounding the coronavirus, which seems to have caused people to panic, and many stores have sold out of toilet paper, water, hand sanitizer. Studio G, Ramon Corona, has the latest.
As the coronavirus spread out globally, killing more than 4,000 people and infected over 113,000 humans, including 26 deaths and 600 confirmed cases in the United States, the world stock market tumbled, and investors are now feeling the economic fallout of the pandemic. Wall Street experiencing its worst day since the 2008 recession. U.S. Secretary of Treasury Steve Mnuchin worries about the oil market as it went down 20% due to the outbreak.
Today was an unprecedented move in the oil market. So, we saw an overnight reaction of over down 20%. And that's obviously what had a major component today on the stock market.
But also reminded to the American people that working families may feel the impact as well.
There are parts of the economy that are going to be impacted, especially workers that need to be at home, hardworking people who are at home under quarantine.
Big corporations such as Apple, MasterCard, Microsoft, and many more believe that the virus will hurt the economy so badly. Meanwhile, Google and other high-profile international events have been canceled amid virus fears. But the big questions still remain. When is the coronavirus going to end? No one knows. Reporting for UNLV Studio G, Ramon Corona.
Coronavirus spreads, please remember to wash your hands and avoid touching your face. Over the weekend, Saudi Arabia oil prices cut close by 10%. Yesterday, global markets took the worst drop since the 2008 recession due to the increased number of coronavirus cases. Today, stocks are climbing back up after the trading was halted yesterday.
In lighter news, do you love fitness and want to share your passion for living a healthy lifestyle with others? Studio G reporter Hannah Kirschbaum went to UNLV's very own recreation center and got the inside scoop on the fitness trainer course being offered by Campus Recreational Services.
I headed over to UNLV's Student Recreation and Wellness Center, otherwise known as the SRWC, to check out a fitness trainer course I discovered was being offered to students, faculty, staff, and community members that are interested in becoming a personal trainer and/or a group fitness instructor. The UNLV students talked with me about why they chose to pay $50 for this preparation course.
I'm taking this course because I want to further my knowledge of exercise, and a lot of people have asked me for advice, and I want to learn like popcorn form, and then learn more of the science behind what I'm doing with exercise. It's been great. I've learned so much. The instructors were great. It was nice just to bounce off knowledge from different people, just to see their different ideas of like fitness, different exercises, how they approach exercises, things like that.
I'm doing this because I want to develop a coaching style, I'm tired of just working like the average 9-to-5 job, and I'm looking for something different, seeing if I'm majoring in athletic training right now, so I want to start off in personal training and see how I do in that, and branch off from there. Anybody can take this course. It's a starter course. So if you've never like gotten to fitness or anything, this course would be great to just start you off. They teach you the basics and everything you need to know, and you can get in-house certified. So once you get in-house certified and you start training with them and training other people, you can get another certification, like the actual personal trainer certification.
I also talked with John McElrath, the program coordinator for fitness, who was in charge of teaching the 6-week course.
I would say it has been a success. We've had a few students go through it, and then once they're completed, they can actually interview to work for us as a personal trainer. Most of my trainers, after they complete it, end up getting nationally certified, and then they go train elsewhere, which I like to say we help them get to that point.
So if you're looking to become a certified personal trainer or fitness instructor, the UNLV Health and Wellness Center is the place for you. For Studio G, I'm Hannah Kirschbaum.
Thank you for that information, Hannah. That is definitely a great resource that has been made available to the public.
The Student Union has an annual art exhibit that exchanges mediums every few months. Reporter Ethan Stott has a scoop on what's currently being held on display.
The Student Union, popularly called the SU, is home to some of UNLV students' favorite places to eat, get their coffee fix, and socialize. But that's just the first floor. Currently on the second floor is the Seeing in Paint 2 art exhibit. It consists of former beginning paint students' pieces. Most of these students had never even worked with oil paint before taking the class. Sean, the assistant professor in residence painting and design, teaches the beginning, intermediate, and advanced painting classes and has been teaching it since 2015. He says that the exhibition is about demonstrating to the UNLV student population that art can be learned and that their dedicated practice leads to immediate improvements. He believes this exhibit is physical proof that having a growth mindset leads to success. An example of seeing this growth is shown through Micah. She is one of his former beginning paint students and is a junior majoring in secondary art education. She has 2 paintings in the exhibit.
So this piece is a concept of exploring my femininity. It's something that I've struggled with. I identify as a queer woman, and a lot of times I don't know whether to dress more femininely, dress more masculine. So it's something that I've constantly explored throughout my life, and I wanted to create this piece in kind of that same kind of exploration. In a lot of our culture as women, there's that concept of you need to be small and doll-like, or you need to be adult, and you need to be sexy, and you need to be pretty, and you also need to be cute all at the same time.
Stand up and look at this. There's no heart. It's just a...
Because art can be learned, the type of teacher you have can drastically change your art experience. Micah had a bad experience in the past, but Sean changed that.
It says a lot when you have someone who puts their faith and puts their trust and believes in you and encourages that self-growth. I've had art teachers in the past who didn't do the same for me, and I think we're really fortunate here at UNLV to be able to have teachers that honestly care about their students and care about the work and want to see them progress and grow.
In her other piece on display, her class was tasked with doing a still life based on objects in the home that mean something to them. And for Micah, it was about objects that mean a lot to her and her partner.
I wanted to make sure everything in my painting had to do with him and our trips together and just being together. So it's our camping and hiking gear and my car.
Another one of his previous students, Jessica, who has been painting off and on since high school, but never with oil, has one painting on display in the exhibit.
Alright, so the inspiration was obviously my grandfather. So he passed away 2 years ago, actually, right after 4th of July. He was very patriotic. People don't know, but he had a lot of political parties at his house, and he was very much a knowledgeable man, despite only having a 3rd grade education. Just as like a dedication to him, I decided to do this painting of him.
She expresses her emotions about her art being on display.
I feel so happy, so proud. I got like really depressed at one point because I didn't think I would make it this far, just having something displayed anywhere. And to have it hung up and seen it there for people to look at, it makes me really happy, very proud of myself. I love you, Grandpa.
The exhibit is free and you can visit any time the SU is open Monday through Friday until April 8th. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Ethan Stott.
Can't beat free. So to show your support for the local artists, go visit the 2nd floor of the SU, to see the paintings for yourself. Now, Azaria with the weather.
Thank you, Madison, and good afternoon, everyone. Let's get into this weather. Now, it is a little bit cloudy this morning at 57 degrees, at a high of 63, a low of 54, and winds at 7 miles per hour. Now, when we get into it to talk about the different valleys, we've got Centennial a little bit higher up with 54 degrees, North Las Vegas with 57 degrees, Nelis as well with 57 degrees, Henderson at 57 degrees, and Boulder City at 56. So it's a little bit really close to weather right now in the Vegas Valley. Green Valley, we're at 55 degrees, and when we come more to Southern Highlands, we're at 52 degrees. And last but not least, Summerlin at 52, and more central in Las Vegas, we are at 57 degrees. So it's a little bit chilly, super cold outside. As you can see, I'm wearing a jacket. Kind of unexpected considering we've had a few really pretty days. When we go into it tonight, we'll actually be at 58 degrees, and it'll definitely be cloudy with a low of 54 degrees and winds 5 miles per hour. And when we get into that 5-day forecast right now, Wednesday we're looking at mostly cloudy with 67 degrees and 54 at the lowest. When we get into Thursday, it'll be still partly cloudy, but we'll still see a little bit of sun poking out, and that will get us at 73 degrees for the day and 55 for the low. And when we go into Friday, we'll be getting a little bit more cloudy at 61 degrees and 54 degrees for the lowest. And Saturday, again, will be mostly cloudy with a little bit of sun, and we'll be at 67 degrees and 52 for the lowest. And then Sunday, it'll definitely be mostly sunny, so make sure you guys go out, do something fun. Again, it'll be at 68 degrees and 50 at the lowest. All right, that is it for your weather forecast. I'm Azaria. Back to you, ladies.
Thank you, Azaria. Daylight savings time, this began past Sunday, March 8th, and lots of Americans are tired of changing the clocks back and forth and sometimes losing that hour of sleep. This year, 32 states proposed a legislation to create a bill to make daylight savings time. Last year round to 8 states have already passed it and are just waiting for Congress to approve it. The state of Nevada has yet to propose any action to keep daylight savings time, but we'll keep you updated. Today we are joined by UNLV's own Dave Norse. We are waiting for him to come into the studio. So right now we're going to take our next package.
You did.
Gathered at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas to run, but more importantly, to remember. 15 years ago, tragedy befell 18 U.S. service members and contractors when their flight path was obstructed by a violent sandstorm. Retired United States Army Major Craig Wilhelm co-founded the Windy 25 Memorial Fund to honor the legacies and families of the fallen.
The mission of the Windy 25 Fund, Memorial Fund, is to support families of our America's fallen heroes as a tribute to the Windy 25 flight who lost their lives in Ghazni, Afghanistan in April of 2005 in a U.S. Army Chinook helicopter accident. We salute them, we salute their families.
In total, 269 people from several states and countries participated in the 10th annual Windy 25 Memorial 5K, while dozens more offered their support for this outstanding cause. For Studio G, I'm Dominic Shotson.
Wow, we're back! Hey everybody, how's it going? We have Dave Norse here with us now. Dave, how's it going?
I am so good, Sam. How are you?
I'm so glad that you're back in the studio with us. I want to get a little bit of information from you about a really big event that's coming to campus, RebFest.
Yes.
So could you just start by giving us a little bit of background information about RebFest?
Sure, RebFest. All right, so this is going to be our 5th one. We're really excited about it. RebFest 2020. So RebFest started several years ago because one of our students, the station president at the time, Lawrence Benuelos, had the idea he wanted to do a Life is Beautiful for our campus. That's his idea. He was like, I want it to be music, and I want it to be art and spoken word and poetry, but I want a festival for UNLV students by UNLV students. So that's how RebFest was born. This is our 5th year of doing it. March 31st is the date. It's going to start at 2 o'clock. It's going to go till 10 o'clock at night. We've got something like 15 confirmed artists so far. Wow. I'm not biased, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be awesome.
Oh, for sure. No doubt about it. So it's going to be 8 hours long on UNLV's campus. You mentioned there's going to be artists there. Do you know if any of the artists that are going to be headlining it?
So I will tell you this because I don't want to leave anybody out. I will give a plug to revfest.com. That way nobody feels excluded when I forget to mention them. But revfest.com has all the confirmed artists, the lineup so far. I will tell you this. If you are a fan of indie or alternative rock, if you're a fan of hip-hop or R&B, if you're a fan of electronic music, you will find something to like at RevFest. There really is something in there for everybody. And again, the idea for RevFest is let's put a program, let's put a festival, let's put a concert together for UNLV students by UNLV students. So they may not be huge headliners that you'd see at Life is Beautiful or at a Coachella, but I will tell you what, these are local artists, some are UNLV students, some are UNLV alums, all have a tie to Las Vegas, some are regional artists as well. It's a great opportunity if you like to, if you like to feel like you're a part of your community, to feel like, hey, let me go out, let me celebrate music, let me celebrate life. We're going to have some beautiful weather. I've already talked to the weather gods. I've confirmed it. It's happening. It's a Dave Norris guarantee.
I love it. This sounds like such a great opportunity, not only for the local artists that get to perform, but also for the students, because students, we're all broke. We don't have a lot of money to attend these festivals like Coachella or the really, really big ones that are out of state. So it sounds like a great opportunity.
Well, you think about it. So you've got things here in town. We've got Life is Beautiful. We've got EDC. So many different ways that you can get involved in the music scene, but you bring up a great point. They're expensive. You want a day-long pass, you want a festival pass, you're going to have to shell out hundreds of dollars.
Right.
This is supposed to be free. It's supposed to be accessible. So if you're a starving college student, or if you're a student that has a good job, all are welcome. All should feel like this is your place.
I love it. So even though this is on campus, this is geared towards students, it obviously takes a lot of money to put this on as well. So who are some of your sponsors for RevFest?
We get a lot of great support from some on-campus partners. Have to give a huge shout out to CSUN Student Government, huge supporter of KUNV. They help make sure that things like this, which support the UNLV student body, can continue to have a home. So thank you, CSUN, very much. Also have to give a thank you to Summer Term. Summer Term is also a big supporter of this. They'll come on out. They've been a partner of ours for, I think this is our 4th year that we've partnered with Summer Term. So a lot of on-campus support, because a lot of folks on campus know the value of doing something for students. But we have some great off-campus partners. Last year, kind of our biggest hit, if you will, was the Las Vegas Lights. They came out, they brought their llamas. They're bringing their llamas again.
Oh, cool.
Thank you, goodness. All right, so the lights will be out. We've got some other great community supporters. The Nevada Donor Network will be there. We've got a couple others that are in the wings right now, still waiting on official confirmation. But I'm really excited because, again, it's going to be a great way to feature local music. There's going to be a lot of fun activation things. So, if you just want to get out and have fun, play on the bounce house or jump around doing, the what is it when you whack people with the I forget what that's called right now. But regardless, it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to whack people with a foam-like object, you can do that too. Get out all your pent-up aggression. But really, have a great time. Enjoy some good music. Be with your friends. Enjoy some beautiful weather. It's going to be the end of March, the day before April starts. So, assuming, knock on wood, no wind, should just be a great day out there.
I love it. And also, I've heard around the
campus, rumor mill, if you will. Okay.
I've heard the rumor there's also going to be an art walk.
We are talking with the Fine Arts College about having some of the students come out, either showing off some of the art that they do, or what we're really trying to get. Got to work a couple more details, but if we can do some live art. So have a couple of stations where we have artists that are out there that are actually creating art the day of, to kind of be representative of what's going on UNLV on March 31st, 2020. Could be pretty awesome.
Wow, I love it. And so is this event only open to UNLV students?
Any and all are welcome. Obviously, our first priority is UNLV students. Why?
Right.
Because CSUN is funding it. It's an event for students. But the big thing is, if you're a resident of the local area, if you just love UNLV, if you want to be a part, we don't want you to feel excluded. Again, it's free. It's open to all. It's, again, primarily targeted towards UNLV students, but all are welcome.
Thank you so much for coming out, Dave, and talking to us about RebFest. Make sure that you go to RebFest March 31st from 2 to 10 p.m.
A couple weeks ago, Studio G's Dominic DePuglia revealed an open case about a murder in a local neighborhood home that has gone unsolved for almost 20 years. But the story doesn't end there.
240 Royalwood Court was not vacant for long after the murder of Patrick Sheen. In 2001, Frank Sorchetti purchased this house despite his past. For a time all seemed quiet until 2004, in which Sorchetti signed a contract to sell his home, reneged on the contract, and then took out a $705,000 loan with Countrywide and then disappeared. The home would then be locked in a legal battle until 2017. Sorchetti would reappear in 2006 when he legally changed his name to Frankie Corleone because he wanted to be a modern-day godfather. This would signal the start of his many run-ins with the law. In 2007, he was convicted of stalking a woman in San Diego. Then in 2010, Sorchetti allegedly made threats of violence against San Diego County District Attorney Bonnie Dumanis and others, and had cut off his tracking bracelet. U.S. Marshals tracked Sorchetti to Las Vegas and arrested him. He would eventually make his way to the Dominican Republic, where he'd be convicted of killing and dismembering Brett Renault Lewis, owner of the Perla de Sosua Hotel in northern Dominican beach town of Sosua. 240 Royalwood Court has found a new owner, and hopefully a more pleasant future.
Wow, who would have thought a house as nice... I needed to go up. A house as nice as that would have had a bizarre history.
Do you ever wonder where all of your hotel shampoos, conditioners, and soaps end up? A nonprofit here in Vegas is making a difference in communities all around the world by repurposing hygiene products. Studio G reporter Marlene Sarkisian has more on the story.
According to the World Health Organization, millions of young lives could be saved with access to bar soap and hygiene education. Clean the World is a global health organization that is committed to improving the quality of life for communities all around the world. The Las Vegas chapter receives donations of thousands of new or gently used hygiene products from hotels all around the valley. They donate things like shampoo, conditioner, and body wash bottles that would otherwise end up being thrown away. When products get delivered, volunteers separate the products and then sort them into hygiene kits to send to underprivileged nations. Clean the World is mostly known for its soap recycling program. Thousands of bars of soap are thrown away every day. They take donated bars of soap, melt them down, sanitize them, and turn them into new bars. Clean the World has distributed more than 53 million bars of soap to over 127 countries. And they aren't done yet. To volunteer at a Clean the World location to make a difference in your community, visit www.cleantheworld.org. For Studio G, I'm Marlene Sarkisian-Sarnani.
If you'd like to volunteer with the Clean the World Las Vegas chapter, go to cleantheworldfoundation.org. Together, we can make an impact.
Today is March 10th, which means it's Salvation Army Day. Back in 1880, preacher William Booth and his wife Catherine founded the organization that... What is going on? That is now Salvation Army on this day is spread the gospel and meet human needs without discrimination. So this is a good reminder to give back when you can. That's all the time we have. And tune in tomorrow at noon on Studio G's UNLV's Journalism and Media Studies YouTube channel. I'm Madison McHenry.
And I'm Samantha Nunley. Thank you for watching. Until next time, Rebels.